Shalom, Kal Halal Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Kal Kadash. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and in sincerity. I'm Brother Yeshua, I'm back with another lesson. And this lesson is going into the times that we're in right now, which is going to be different than any other time that has ever been since the world was formed. All right. Now that means a number of things. There's going to be a time of trouble and a different time. Okay, things are going to be different this time around. Why? Because not that they didn't have the technology today that we had then. Okay, we don't really know that. All we know is what we've been taught, and we've been taught nothing but lies. But just as they have the Urim and the Thummim back then, today we have, a computer or iPad or whatever the case may be. But this devil is going to hide the truth from you at all costs. But there's an understanding to what's going on. Okay, so this is Daniel 12. And what I'm going to get into specifically is how this scripture relates to what is coming as far as World War III, okay, because that's part of the time of trouble, all right? And World War III is different than the first two world wars. How? Because of technology, all right, to say the least. Okay, so anyway, Daniel 12:1, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay? And that's what I'm looking for. This. And there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. Okay, so this is talking about Jacob's trouble, but it's also talking about World War III. Okay? And why is it going to be a time of trouble? In Ireland, they have something called the Troubles, right? Because they're claiming to be us, like everybody's claiming to be us. And some of them Irish are us. And they are going through a form of Jacob's trouble, but not like this time, okay? The world and Jacob as a whole, not just Ireland, but Jakes all over the world are going to be in straits, okay? And it has already started, and it's going to escalate until we get to this point, such as never was, okay, even into that same time. Part of that is because we're going to be persecuted right through World War III. It's just going to get worse and worse. Concentration camp, the whole thing, all the way up until when the chariots come. That's the end. The end is when you get beamed up, and he that shall endure until the end. Okay, so let's go to Matthew. Okay, so let's get this quickly. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure till the end, the same shall be saved. The saving happens to those that endure to the end. End of what? The end of Jacob's trouble. Right? Look at this. This is the World War III. And ye shall hear of wars. What war? World War III. And rumors, reports of wars. Okay? All these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. We got to make it through World War III and the ambush of World War III when the angels and Yahushai come, and after that, then the same shall be saved. That's the end. The end is when the angels and Yahushua come in and turn the armies of the world into dust. That's the end. And then the saving is going to happen before the missiles hit. Okay. All right, so let's get this right here. Oh, let's see, where's it at? Ooh. So I'll get bear with me. I'm looking for. This is what I'm looking for right here. 21. Matthew 24:21. Let's lock it. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? Let's talk about the trials and tribulations of Jacob's trouble, and including World War III is part of that. Okay? All right? Now, great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? So here's what I'm getting at. All right? World War III, let's get that real quick. The second woe, this is Revelation 11 and 14. Second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Destruction. All right? World war. All right? And this one's going to be greater. Why? Because it's going to fall during the time of Jacob's trouble. World War II wasn't Jacob's trouble. World War I wasn't Jacob's trouble. Jacob's trouble just started. And the culmination of that is going to be World War III. And then after World War III is going to be over. After the missiles, Jacob's trouble is going to be over. That's the end. He that endureth till the end. Okay? So let's watch. What are we looking at? Philadelphia. Where is it? Oh, let's just get this. Let me see. Okay, here's what I'm looking for right here.
If you suffer from
Not that. Okay, let's explain what's going on.
you must see this.
Okay, so this is Hindustan Times, whatever the hell that is, a channel. July 2nd. Today is the 6th, I believe. All right, it says, watch, fire rages on ocean surface in Gulf of Mexico. Okay? Now, what's going on? It says, the fire reportedly broke out after a gas leak from an underwater pipeline. State oil company Pemex informed that the blaze has been extinguished. Bright orange flames jumping out of the water resembled what? Molten lava, circular shaped blaze. Okay, so we know what it is. All right. But what happened? One of two things happened here. Okay. Either somebody went with a sub, right? And on a sabotage mission. Okay, this is about oil and gas. And what do you need to fuel a jet fighter? What do you need to put in tanks? What do you need to power a ship? Okay? You need that fuel. All right? And where is it coming? Gulf of Mexico, oil, the pipeline that they shut down. Okay? So either this is asymmetric warfare from the enemy getting into the Gulf and taking this situation down, right, to prepare to attack, or These people did this themselves to make it seem as though somebody attacked them because they're weakening their own infrastructure, because they're about to destroy themselves, so to speak, which is part of their plan too. So it's either one of the two, okay? But that's what happened. How did a pipeline rupture? Either somebody on the opposing side of this war did that, or they did it to themselves, right? As part of the overall plan, which is to bring in the NWO. Okay? So now, this is only part, and we'll watch this and then we'll go to the other, like cyber attacks and things that fall under asymmetric warfare, and we'll get the title of that too, or the definition of it. So. The question is, are they going to say anything about sabotage or somebody else did it, Russia did it? They're basically printing up there what I just read. And I'm sure if we went into the comments, they'd have some interesting things to say. So for them to say this, oh, production on the project, nothing was hurt, that means somebody else did it. Okay. That's the cover story. That it would investigate. I'm sure you already know. Because what else happened not too long ago up there in, what was it, Ohio? Illinois? Okay, that oil plant got blown up and was burning for days. They had to let it burn up. Is this the same? Okay, is this is this a target of World War III of the enemy? Okay, they're not saying that. Let's look at some of the, and looks like either there are no comments or they're not going to let us see them.
To discover and compare the smartest credit cards, mortgage lenders, and more all in one place, turn to the nerds.
Okay, let's see. Leave it to us humans. We will find a way. Okay, that doesn't say anything about a greater war. Let's see. Fire boats burned out badly. Moment human. Grandpa, let's see. When they say investigate the situation, they really mean cover up the situation. Let's look into this. Yeah, because no one gives a damn. Just going to hire people to cover this up. No one's even going to ask. Why does every accident have to be a fucking conspiracy? Stop acting like every assumption is 100% true. I bet you people believe that 911 attack was an inside job. Well, wasn't it? Okay, evidence. The government corporations are good. Da, da, da. See, nobody's thinking that we're in the middle of a war and these are targets. You got to target the enemy's ability to, you got to target their infrastructure, their resources, their supply chain. Okay? Nobody's thinking like that. See, and the reason that they're not thinking like that because they're under strong delusion to believe that we're not at war right now. Okay, you got people. You got enemy combatants, I'll say, sneaking across the border, the Mexican border. Okay, what they're not going through the Gulf of Mexico. They don't have amphibious weaponry that could go down there and destroy. Come on. Look, curious how it caught fire. A leak alone didn't ignite it. That makes sense. Okay. Nobody's saying anything about war. Okay. Send military as soon as possible. Let's see what this says. Nothing. It's about SpongeBob. Okay, nothing in there. All right, enough. All right, so that's one thing. You got to look at this. Why would this happen? Because somebody went down there and sabotage. All right, now let's go here. Okay, let's go to Dabu 7. Where's Dabu? Right here. Let's
Scientists at the National Institute of Dental Research have invented a powerful sour liquid that...
This is Dabu 7. We have word of a supermassive cyber event that's taking place here.
Okay, so what is a cyber event? Let's go back real quick. Let's read this. This is Dabu 77. Hackers demand $70 million to restore from hundreds of companies hit by massive cyber attack. Now, they're going to start mentioning Russia, da-da-da-da. Hey, the military is run today by computers. All militaries are. Okay? There are computers on that missile. All right, tracking devices and such. Planes are run by computers. When that tracking system comes up on the plane, it's a computer. You're flying drones. All right, the controls are in on the North American continent, and the drone is in Afghanistan. That's computer. All right, so when you get into hacking and taking stuff down, a cyber what? Attack. When you attack, that means you're at war. All right, so computers, and this is what I mean when I say they weren't attacking each other's computers in World War I. Maybe some real primitive computers in World War II, but today, all right, they didn't have nukes in World War I. I mean, not in World War I. In World War II, they had atomic weapons. Now we're up to nukes, neutron, and things of that sort. All right, so everything is different. All right, which when we go back to the scripture, it says a time of tribulation that has never been since there was a nation, or paraphrasing. Okay, and this is why, because of the technology. All right, so this is about technology. Start it again.
This is Dabu 7. We have word of a supermassive cyber event that's taking place here. Where literally hundreds of different stores have been shut down. Where this attack has targeted different companies worldwide, and
Okay, that little oil company up there in Illinois, grease, where they were making grease and different things, lubricants for planes and trucks and who knows what, tanks. All right, they're not going to say that. They say, "Oh, it's on fire," and they'll explain it away, but they're not going to say that it was sabotaged by somebody over here doing espionage. Okay, a sleeper cell. Okay, somebody who worked at the company and got the green light to go ahead and strike. All right, why? Because we're at war right now. That's what these things mean. We're at war. People don't even know it. Right under their nose, there's a war going on. They don't even know it.
taking them offline, and it's now demanding a ransom of some $70 million if they want all their stuff restored. Now, they're saying that the people involved here, they say the blog is typically used by REvil cyber criminal gang, who they believe are responsible for the latest attack. Now, they're not claiming that they did this. Okay, this REvil group isn't posting anywhere that they did this. And over here it says this group, a Russia-connected hacking gang.
A Russia-connected hacking game. If Russia is hacking into our computers, shutting down pipelines, shutting down meat companies, okay, you got to feed the troops, right? And then again, it could be the American infrastructure attacking itself for the greater a plan of bringing in the NWO, all right? And these things have to be considered. And I'm not saying it's one thing or the other. I'm saying here are some possibilities, all right? Because they are happening. How do you explain these things? Okay? What is a rational explanation for what you see going on?
There's no proof of any of this. What we do know is all these tools were made by the NSA and all these alphabet gangs. That's what
National Security Association or Alliance or whatever. All right? That's the military. All right? He's about to say that they're doing it to themselves to control the situation because the American people are the target. Namely, you Jakes are the target, the children of Israel, and specifically the elect of Israel is who they're actually the main target. And they don't know who's of the elect, just like we don't. So they have to kind of, go for everybody, right?
were made by the NSA and all these alphabet gangs. That's what we do know. What we also know is that many of these groups that go around hacking people have been spawned by them, sure enough. What we also know is that they use Bitcoin, one of the most highly traceable cryptocurrencies on the planet.
Okay, and so they can hit Bitcoin at any time. They can attack the currency. They can attack the fuel. They can attack the food. They can attack the air. They can attack the water. All right? They can attack the germ. They're using the germs. Germ warfare. We're at war. You got to wake up.
We also know about that the NSA and the boys created it. How's that? Because any good investigator who would do the digging would find the footprint of it. That's how. And when you go looking at the foundation of Bitcoin, you find that it was built on an SHA 256 algorithm. And guess who built that? The NSA, boys. So keep sleeping. We've been telling you this for a minute. It's all trappy as it gets. And when stuff like this starts popping off, you better start paying attention because here soon, when them lights start flickering, you're going to believe it was Russia, Russia, China, China, China. You better know better before then. Join me on the live.
All right, so there it is. All right, let's get a couple of precepts and we'll go ahead and close it out. All right. Let's get Second Ezra's 15. Second Ezra 15:14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword in their destruction draweth nigh, And one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. Okay, what is invading one another? Cyber attacks. Okay, blowing up your pipelines, shutting down your meat companies, shutting down the power. Okay. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, in the course of action shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. For because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Okay, here we are. All right. So that's good. All right. Hey, we're in that time. Right? And it's going to get progressively worse till everybody knows. Right now, people are under strong delusion to believe a lie. But at some point, everybody's eyes are going to be open and everybody's going to see together. Okay? That, hey, it's on and cracking. The Most High has something to do with it, has everything to do with this. All right? So with that, we hope that the elect were edified. And with that, we're going to say shalom.